Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the rapid fire book tag. I was tagged to do this by Dominic from Reading Fanodm. I'll put his channel in the description below so you can go check him out. Yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it because I think this one's supposed to be one of those quick ones where you just kind of like hammer out the questions and answer them like first thing that comes to mind. So I'm going to read them off and here we go. First one is ebook or physical copy, and for me I'm going to choose physical copy. I do like ebooks for their convenience during traveling, but I just can't overcome my love for holding a physical book in my hand and being able to like sift through the pages. Also the smell of physical books. I love the books.
I love the smell of books.
Next is paperback or hardback, and for me I like paperback because I like to read while I'm doing other things. So with the paperback I can easily hold it while I'm brushing my teeth and it won't like weigh down my hand or fall out of my hand because they're usually floppy. I can hold it while I'm cooking something on the stove as well with paperback. I'm also someone that if I'm reading a hardback, I don't take off the dust jacket, and this bothers Marcus quite a bit. But I don't know, I just like having the dust jacket on there, so when I close the book, it's like a nice picture to look at. Although some hardbacks do have really intricate designs underneath the dust jacket, so it's always worth checking like what's underneath to see if there's anything cool. But I still prefer paperback overall. Look who decided to creep on by while I was recording the video. So, little pause for Uno. Say hi. Oh, it wants to go down again. He was passing by as he was chasing his toy, so I kind of picked him up right in the middle of that. So, he's very energetic right now and running around the room. So, if you hear anything, it's Uno, chasing toys. Online or in-store book shopping. And this is tough because I like the conveniency of online because you can just put in a shopping cart, click and go, and then I also really like getting mail because it's exciting. So I like that. But I think I'm going to have to choose in-store shopping for this one because it's just the best feeling walking into a store filled with books and you just like, it's so open to possibilities. You can just go anywhere, grab a book, and you can go to like different sections of the store. Like when I go to Chapters, I have a routine. I go to a certain bargain area first that has really good, sometimes amazing books for like $8. Then I go to the teen section, check out the books there. Then I go from there over to the graphic novel section, and then the fantasy section's right beside that, and then the sci-fi section's right beside that, so I do that. And then I will check out the travel section from time to time, but I haven't gone there in a while, mainly because I don't have enough money to go on any trips. But yeah, I kind of have a routine every time I go, so yeah, I like in-store book shopping better. Trilogies or series? I would have to choose trilogies because I think that some things can get a little overdone and they keep taking it further than it needs to. Like a lot of things can be wrapped up in a trilogy, and a trilogy is a lot more manageable to get through compared to a series with like 6 to 8 books. So yeah, I just have to say trilogies for this one. Heroes or villains? And obviously I'm going to choose villains because villains are so much fun. Like heroes are great too, and you always want to root for the heroes, but I personally love learning more about a villain's backstory than a hero's backstory. So,
Yeah, I'm evil. What can I say?
a book you want everyone to read. Well, I feel like everyone's gonna know that I want them to read Red Rising by Pierce Brown, obviously. He is the best. Also, I just started a new job this week, and when I was out with the employees at an escape room event, one of them asked me if I liked Red Rising. And I was like, wow, are you freaking kidding me? It's my favorite book. So I feel like my new job is it's gonna be good. Recommend an underrated book. So for this, I will choose I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. This book, it's pretty short. I read this on a plane ride, and this book is like a complete mind boggle. Like it is in a good way. It was so good. I would classify this as like a fiction / thriller. Probably more thriller. But honestly, like I thought I knew what was going on in this book. I had no idea. By the ending, I was just like, what? The author just had me thinking one thing this whole time, and then by the end you're thinking totally different things. I'll just read you a brief synopsis so you can like get an idea for it. Something very wrong is happening here. Jake and I have a real connection, a rare and intense attachment. I'm going to meet his parents for the first time, at the same time as I'm thinking of ending things. Jake once said, you can say anything, you can do anything, but you can't fake a thought. And here's what I'm thinking. I don't want to be here. I'm thinking of ending things. Now, just that alone is like, oh, that's a very shitty circumstance that this person is going to, and how they're feeling and stuff like that. But honestly, I was just like, whew. By the end, it's insane. Another part of it is, a woman embarks on a road trip with her new boyfriend. Doubts about the relationship claw at the back of her mind. An unexpected detour unravels into nightmare. Also, this is his debut novel, so the fact that he can write something this good on his first try, I was just amazed, honestly. I feel like this is a good mind-bending book that will keep you thinking throughout and will keep you engaged. And that's why I'm going to recommend this one, because I feel like it's not very well known. The last book you finished. Well, this one's easy. It's right behind me. And this is called Last Call at the Nightshade Lounge. This is that book about young adults that can mix drinks and give themselves superpowers based on the different drinks that they mix. I really liked this book. I will have a full kind of review on it in my wrap-up. But the book's really cool because as you go through, there's little sections that have drink recipes, and then they tell you their magical properties and then the history of them and how they were discovered as being a magical drink. So I think it's really cool, and it splits up the book a lot too. So there's a lot of these at the end of chapters. It's really fun. Yeah, I don't want to say too much because I'm going to talk about it in my wrap up, but this is the last book I read. The last book you bought, and this one would have to be Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I'm actually reading this right now. Not so far into it yet, but I think I'm on page 77 or something. But yeah, this I recently purchased for $6 at the bookstore, and it's decent so far. It's definitely not the same as Rainbow Rowell's YA books. This is more of a adult book, but it's still pretty good. I mean, I can't really judge it yet because I'm only 70 pages in, but I will have more about it in my wrap-up when I talk about how I did in the newts. Weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark, and I can honestly say that I have not really used any weird things as bookmarks. I have a lot of bookmarks, so I'm rarely without one, but if I am, I will not dog-ear the pages. That is something I do not do. No way. But I will use receipts or that Canadian Tire money that you can get, which if you're from Canada, you know what that is. Gift cards. But honestly, that's about as weird as it gets. I haven't really chosen anything else weird to use as a bookmark before, so I'm pretty basic. Used books, yes or no? Absolutely yes. I love going to the used bookstore because there's always so many things to choose from. And the best thing about used books is sometimes you find used books with secret messages in them, or I don't know, somebody could write their favorite quotes from the book and they're slipped in there. I actually did that once where I went to a used bookstore and I donated some books and I put just random quotes in the books, but they were just quotes that I liked, so that when the next person bought them, they would find these, or they would fall out as they got to those certain pages. And I thought that was really fun to do. So yeah, I like little things like that just, I don't know, they're exciting. Top 3 favorite genres, and for me that has to be sci-fi, fantasy, and it's a toss-up between YA, contemporary, and thrillers. I'm probably going to say contemporary because I'm a sucker for those kind of books, but I do really love thrillers, and I was just saying the other day that I need another thriller to read because I want that rush feel that you get when reading those books. But yeah, so sci-fi, fantasy, contemporary. Borrow or buy? I'm not impartial to borrowing. I like borrowing, but honestly, I'm a collector at heart, and so that's why I would say buy, because I like to have my own collection of books, and the more books I collect, the bigger my little library will get. So eventually when I own my own house, I'm going to have one room that's just a library. So yeah, I would say buy. Characters or plot? This one's tough because You need good characters for your plot. But if you don't have a plot and just characters, then it's kind of boring. I'd probably choose plot for this one, because it's always amazing to have really well-developed characters, but even with less developed characters, you can still have a very good plot/storyline going through that can carry it on. And like with world building and things like that, so like fantasy series, if you have an amazing world built with mediocre characters, you can still kind of get into that world kind of thing, and it's like it's more imaginative, I guess. But it also depends on the genre, because like if you have contemporary, you need really well built characters for that kind of book. So I'm still choosing plot, because I recently just read a book that had like no plot at all and mediocre characters, but like because of the no plot and it was just building on characters, I kind of hated it. So yeah, I'm gonna choose plot. Long books or short books? I would say middle books. I don't know. I like short books, but I guess my average for books is usually between like 250 to 350 pages. So I don't really consider that short. Like I think that's average, but that's the kind of, so I guess short is my answer for this one, because like me compared to Marcus, he reads lots of fantasy books that are like 450 plus pages every time. So I guess short, if I'm comparing it to that. Long or short chapters? This one I would definitely say short chapters, because I feel like when you're reading shorter chapters, it feels like the book is like broken up more, and I find that it's a lot easier to get through and it goes faster for me. When I'm reading, I don't like to stop just in the middle of a chapter. Like I kind of have to keep reading until I get to the end of the chapter for like a true like page break or storyline break. So I prefer short chapters, especially if it's like really late at night and I have to go to work in the morning and I'm like, oh, I need to finish this chapter, because like I can't not finish the chapter. So short chapters. Name the first 3 books you can think of. Red Rising, Hunger Games, The Martian. Books that make you laugh or cry. I feel like there are some of those. Well, cry. The Fault in Our Stars, obviously. This is one of the like rare books that actually did make me cry though, because like I don't cry very often at all. So, good job, John Green. Laugh? Silver Linings Playbook. I loved this book. I read this on vacation and I kept like cracking up while reading it, like on those lounge chairs, because I was in Cuba. Or no, Dominican. He was in Dominican. But anyway, I kept laughing and people would be like looking at me over there, and I was just like, yep, just enjoying my book. Nothing to see here. This book's also very emotional, but like there are a lot of funny parts in it. Our world or fictional worlds? I'm gonna have to say fictional worlds, because they're just way more fun and open to like so many more possibilities. So fictional worlds. Audiobooks, yes or no? For me, no. But I'm like fine with other people reading them. Like I don't care if other people. My best friend Jordan loves audiobooks, and that's like how he reads. But it's great because then, because he reads that way, I can talk to him about books and be like excited about stuff like that. So I'm fine for audiobooks for other people. I just personally don't enjoy them. I need to like be sitting down with the actual book and reading. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Absolutely. Guilty as charged for that one. I enter so many giveaways just because I think it has a pretty cover. So yeah, and if I see a really nice cover when I'm at the bookstore, like I'll go pick it up, and usually, well, I'm on a book buying ban, but I would buy it if I liked the cover. So I guess that's me judging it. Book to movie or book to TV adaptations? I would probably say book to movie, although a lot of movies that came from books I'm like super critical about when I'm watching them, because I'm like, oh, they did that wrong, or oh, they completely skipped over this character, or oh, they missed this vital part that I thought was a big deal in the book and they just didn't include it. Book to TV is good, but I feel like it could be too drawn out, although they probably could get the little nitpicky things that I'm talking about now in a whole series, although I would still just say book to movie. It's fine. A movie or TV show you preferred to its book? Can I say Lord of the Rings for this one? Because like I haven't actually... I guess that's not fair because I've only watched the Lord of the Rings movies. I haven't read them. Like I have the books, I just haven't read them yet because they're like a really big commitment to sit down to. But yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I thought Bridge to Terabithia was pretty good, like the movie. I felt a lot of more emotion from the movie than reading the book. That's something. Series or standalones? And as much as I love standalones, I would say series. And by series, I'm like thinking trilogies, like I said earlier, smaller series. Because at least you get more. Like, you'll have one book that you really love, and then you get more of it, but not like a crazy amount. Whereas standalones, you just have that one book, and that's it. That's all you get. So series, just for the fact that you can have a little bit more information, more fun stories to read, and more of the world that you get to learn about and the characters. And that's it for the tag, guys. I guess I should tag somebody, so I'll tag 2 people. I will tag Buzzword Books and Nicole and her books. Also, just to update you guys on the giveaway, I'm going to announce the winner next week, so my last video for August, because it's like wrapping up the month. So I'm going to announce the winner next week, live. Well, not live, I guess, on the video. So stay tuned for that one to see who wins the paperback copy of Renegades. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I love all you guys. Until next time, keep on reading.